Libra, welcome to your reading. So I'm going to start here with your current energy and just see what is happening in your world. What's influencing you? What do you need to focus on? Tell me about your past. Your strength. Your near future. What else do you need to know? What else is influencing this? Tell me about your hopes or fears and your potential outcome here. So I've got the Page of Swords at the bottom of the deck. Now the Page of Swords is a curious, inquisitive energy, and it feels like that's exactly where you are right now. I'm getting the sense that you're questioning and maybe challenging everything. You're not accepting anything at face value right now. That's actually in your favor in a really big way. Really big way. So current energy, I am getting the Five of Swords. So this is resolving some sort of conflict or competition. Influenced here by the Six of Swords. So what I'm getting is you're walking away, whether it's conflict and competition, conflict within yourself, conflict or competition with somebody else. You're moving away from the situation. It's just not working for you anymore. I'm almost getting the sense of like just continuously hitting some sort of brick wall that every time you tried to make progress in whatever the circumstance was, you just kept hitting some sort of resistance and you weren't able to break through whatever this block and barrier was. And so finally you said, you know what? There's a reason I'm not able to break through. There's a reason it keeps showing up here. So let me just go in a different direction. And that's the Six of Swords energy that I'm picking up. What the universe wants you to focus on here with the Nine of Wands is the wounded warrior. And so there's some sort of wound that has been blocking your path. And so that could be connected to the Five of Swords. The Nine of Wands is saying you need to kind of find a way to work through it and heal. Six of Swords, fine, moving on from a person or a situation, but there is something here that needs to be healed. So showing up in the past energy, I am getting the Hanged Man. So Pisces energy, this is a card of ascension, but it's really about seeing things from the big picture perspective, really getting that bird's eye view of the entire situation. It might have revealed to you what this conflict looked like, and it might have given you the inspiration and motivation to move in a different direction. But really what was happening here is you had to move on from a situation in order to be able to see the path to healing. Because it feels like in the moment, there was so much chaotic energy that you weren't going to be able to see it on your own. You weren't going to be able to identify the way out and the healing journey. And so the Hanged Man came along and said, pause, let's get you into this energy. Let's show you everything. Let's flip the situation upside down, show you what you can't see, give you all of that detailed information so that you can question everything, so that you can really get in deep into the details. And in fact, underneath that, I'm getting the Judgment card. And so that's that resurrection, that rebirth energy. It's all here. It started in the past with the Hanged Man. It's something that is playing out right now, but it's giving you the perspective of what you need to work on and what you need to heal. So showing up here in your strength is the Ten of Cups. So now this is your long-term happiness. This is focusing on what really matters to you. This is a card of family, so take it as it resonates, but it really is, where do you see yourself? What kind of life do you want to live? What does happiness look like for you? And then how is that being blocked by the wound, by that Nine of Wands energy? In the near future, I am seeing the Ace of Wands. So the Ace of Wands is inspired action. It's because you're able to see everything. You're questioning everything. You're stepping away from all the negativity so that you can identify the path forward. That Ace of Wands is feeling inspired and motivated to take some sort of action to go down that path. I love it. So what the universe was doing to orchestrate the entire situation was really showing you where all of your stress, your fear, your anxiety is coming from with the Nine of Swords, because that really does represent the devil. So between the Nine of Wands and the Nine of Swords, this is what was holding you back. It was a self-limiting behavior, one that you may not have been aware of. And so the universe really did need to show it to you Did need to show it to you. So I'm actually getting an animal right now. I'm getting an owl, and I'm not hearing it, but I'm actually seeing it. So take it as it resonates for you. I don't know what time of day you're watching the video. You could be hearing owls right now, but definitely look into owl, because an owl is more than just wisdom. That's not the entire spiritual meaning behind the bird. So look into it, because I'm definitely getting that. It feels like there's a learning connected to this. Showing up here in your hopes or fears, Ace of Pentacles. You want a new beginning, but you want it grounded, stable, long lasting, definitely in alignment with just all of this Ten of Cups happiness that you really want in your life, and less of the negativity, really kind of doing away with it altogether. And it feels like you are. So I'm getting the Emperor showing up in your outcome energy. And this is a lot of stepping into your own power, knowing your worth and value, knowing your own mind. It's when you make up your mind that you stick to it. When you're coming at it from the perspective of, I deserve better, and I don't want to keep hitting this brick wall, these obstacles and challenges, or let myself be held back in some sort of way with the Devil, the Nine of Swords, and the Nine of Wands. This is you saying, I've had enough. I'm moving forward, and I'm doing it on my terms. So let's get more detail here. Tell me about the Five of Swords with the Six of Swords. Lovers. So this could have been a conflict with another person, because I was getting that as a message, but that's not going to be true for everybody. The Lovers here feels like it could be a relationship, or it could be the choices that you're making. This would indicate here that you're focusing on what really matters. You're choosing yourself, your happiness, and that aligns with what you want, how you see your life playing out. You're just not interested in giving into the negative energy anymore. Not at all. Tell me about that Nine of Wands here. Nine of Pentacles. Okay, so I love that one. So I'm getting a lot of closure coming in with all these nines. So that's the end of a cycle. And so the Nine of Wands with the Nine of Pentacles tells me that you're going to be able to create your confidence. You're going to build yourself back up. You're going to be able to work through this and heal. This Nine of Pentacles feels like it's connected to the Emperor. And so it's knowing your worth and value, knowing what you're capable of achieving, and then being able to just face this head on, because it feels like that's exactly what you want to do. Once you're aware of all this energy, all of the limitations, the obstacles and challenges, everything here, it feels like you just want to do what you need to in order to conquer them. Tell me about the Hanged Man. The Hanged Man is the Two of Swords. And so the Two of Swords is standing at a crossroads, not really sure what action to take. But with the Hanged Man energy, you don't need to take any kind of action. You just needed to see clearly. What you can see here in this card specifically is the person's blindfolded. And so the blindfold doesn't allow the person to really see the path clearly. And that's what the Hanged Man is here to do. It's to show you what you were missing. It was to get you out of a situation that was maybe very chaotic, because I'm getting a lot of chaos around it. So probably more chaos than anything else, but it was very confusing, and it didn't allow you to really see what you needed to do in order to move forward and embrace the life that you want. Tell me about the Ten of Cups here. Ten of Pentacles. I love this. Ten of Cups, Ten of Pentacles. What kind of life do you want to live? Does it involve another person here? Because these are both marriage cards. So take it as it resonates. But I love this because you're focused on your long-term happiness and stability. Any kind of growth that you're looking for, you want it built on a solid foundation. You're not interested in any of the Devil, the Nine of Swords, the stress, the fears, any self-limiting behaviors, any wounds that would be holding you back. You're just not interested. So this tells me that you're going to work through it, and you're going to be very successful in working through it. Tell me about the Ace of Wands here in the near future. Ace of Cups. We have almost all the aces out here. I love this. And with almost all of the nines, it's closure, it's new beginnings. Even with the tens, that's a new beginning energy as well. And so I love the Ace of Wands with the Ace of Cups, because you're acting from the heart. You're working on yourself. This is you healing. This is you doing the work, facing your inner shadows. Tell me about the Devil. Why is the Devil here? King of Wands. You're taking action to get rid of the Devil. Absolutely. Absolutely. Tell me about the Nine of Swords here. Queen of Pentacles. Grounding yourself, being present in the moment. This Queen of Pentacles with the Nine of Swords is saying all the stress, all the fear, it's because you're looking at the future and you're thinking it's going to be a repeat of the past. But what if it's not? What if you just sat in the current energy and just focus on what you have right now, creating stability right now? It eliminates all of that fear. You're actively working to heal here. Tell me about the Ace of Pentacles. So it could be about love and relationships here. So with that Ace of Pentacles, that new beginning energy, grounded, stable. I'm getting the Knight of Cups with the Hierophant. And so we have another marriage card showing up here with the Hierophant energy. It is Taurus. Knight of Cups is you moving in the direction of what you want. So this indicates to me that you're doing a lot of work right now. Maybe letting go of a past relationship or a past person in favor of something new, something grounded, long lasting, and you're going to come at it from a healed perspective. So you're not going to draw in somebody who's wounded, and you're not going to have this kind of battle of the wounds and a lot of that impulsive, chaotic kind of interaction. What you're doing right now is taking the time that you need to focus on healing yourself so that you can move forward and really embrace a new opportunity from a balanced point of view. Tell me about the Emperor here. Four of Swords. So the Emperor is a 4, and the 4 of Swords, I mean, it's also a number 4. This is a lot of stability. This is also you healing. The 4 of Swords is stepping back from a situation so that you can heal, you can rest and recover. And so I love the way that that's coming through, because you're in charge of your own future. You're in charge of your own happiness. And this is you taking control, taking accountability, not letting yourself be taken off course. I love this. So Libra, this is your reading. I hope it resonates. If it did, please like, share, and subscribe, and I will see you next time. Take care.